Bet you won't lick that.
What'd you give me? Some buttered chocolate? Why wouldn't you lick it?
All right, ready? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Supercalifragilistic Awesome Disney Podcast. We are doing something super duper exciting. I hope it goes well, because if it does, it's going to be delicious.
It's going to be great.
So today we are going to try to make the molten chocolate cake from Topolino's Terrace at Riviera Resort at Walt Disney World. So Riviera Resort, I think it's only been open for about a year now, almost a year. It's the latest, the newest DVC resort. It's beautiful. We had a chance to go out there and check it out last year. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. They've got this wonderful rooftop restaurant, Topolino's Terrace. Topolino, of course, what they call Mickey Mouse, I think, in Italy.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes. Topolino is Mickey Mouse in Italian. Yes, that would seem fun to say. So,
and we have reservations there in December.
So look for a very detailed review, and we'll see if their cake can measure up to ours.
Because it's a low bar.
Okay, so here's what's cool. Everybody's probably had a molten chocolate cake, but this one is a little bit different that they make. It's got, so instead of just like a fudge center, this is actually a chocolate caramel raspberry center to the cake. So what we have here are the ingredients for the center, which we'll make first. Then we'll work on the cake batter, combine, bake, and Bob's your uncle, right?
Super easy.
Breezy.
It's so easy.
So we got a cup of fresh raspberries that we're going to puree. We've got a half a cup of milk chocolate that we're going to be melting. Mm-hmm. And we've got, I think we've got a half a cup of sugar, an eighth of a cup of heavy cream, eighth of a cup of water, and a tablespoon of butter and some salt.
So we're having the recipe.
We are having the recipe. You can find the recipe online. It was on
Disney Parks blog.
Yeah.
They posted this. It's under their section called Cooking Up the Magic. Mm-hmm. And we decided to have it.
And because we don't need 12 of these cakes.
We don't need 6, but we're going to eat them.
We're going to eat 6 of them.
But we didn't want to make 12. Because we do have some standards.
We got a little bit of pride. We don't have a lot of pride, but we got a little bit of pride. So while I puree these raspberries smooth and delicious, Kelly's going to start melting the chocolate. And it says to melt it 50% power and stir every 30 seconds or so. So Here we go. I'm going to confidently use the food processor. Okay, so how's the chocolate going? It's not even close.
It's going slowly because I'm only supposed to be using the microwave at half power.
Yeah.
But you can see. Maybe it's done.
Look at that.
You think it's done?
Just go for another little bit. Oh, that is really.
Yeah, I didn't think that had done anything.
That's beautiful. Melted chocolate is just beautiful.
Melted chocolate's right.
Okay, so I am going to combine this sugar and water. I'm going to head over to the stove. We're going to start seeing if we can turn this into caramel. I mean, I've seen it done a million times on the Great British Baking Show.
I've seen it screwed up a great million times.
I've seen it messed up a lot.
A lot. It's so easy to mess up. No pressure, honey. But they say that sometimes it will crystallize.
On the edges.
And once it
does that,
you're done. You're done.
Yeah, that's what
you
they
are
say.
Not going to do well in the technical challenge.
I know. Okay, so I also don't know if this is enough water, but I'm just following the recipe. So here we go.
I'm terrified about this part.
Me too. Here we've got the sugar and the water overheat. We're going to bring this to a boil and let it come to golden brown.
So on Great British Baking Show, a lot of times they take like a brush and they brush the sides of the pot so that it doesn't crystallize on the edges.
Well, the good people at Topolino's Terrace didn't say to do that.
So they're implying that we've got no issues with crystallization.
This is just going to be fine.
So what is that there on the edge? Is that crystallization?
It's going to town. It looks just like a TV show.
Successful TV show? Or is this like Worst Cooks in America on Food Network? Let me see your spatula that you're stirring with there, honey. Is that crystallization? What is golden brown?
I think fried chicken. We're getting there. We are really close now. We are really close.
I don't think you should walk away at this point.
I'm doing
This seems like such a critical juncture. Where did you go?
I'm doing the...
Oh, I think it's too early for the cream.
No, it's not. If that's not golden brown, what is?
You said chicken. This looks more like lemonade. It's up to you. Sure, caramel.
I think it's about to go fast. There we go. Actually, we're supposed to do this. Remove from heat. Caramel facial. Butter. You know it smells good. Who's impressed?
I'm impressed. I am not gonna lie. I'm impressed. If this is actual caramel, if you made actual caramel in your very first try ever, I think maybe you should try out for Great British Baking Show. There's definitely some crystallization in your pot, but if it didn't affect the caramel itself, maybe that's something that only happens in Britain. It's good.
All right.
Okay, so we're calling that success.
Calling that a success. We're going to put it on the chocolate with the raspberries, stir that up, and we got our center. Okay, so here we go. We are putting our caramel, which was a raging success.
Looks pretty successful.
It does look really successful.
Mm-hmm. So we're putting that in with the chocolate.
Putting that in with the chocolate.
Man, that looks good.
It does look good. Come on.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that, hon. You did a great job with your first shot at caramel ever.
Yes,
I mean, you approached it with confidence, and you nailed it.
Dude, look at that.
It's impressive. I mean, that's just impressive.
And then
Let's start with this one or this one.
let's go with the little one.
Okay.
We also dump our raspberries and stir all that up. So, pro tip, do not touch rocket hot caramel right out of the pan. It looks so delicious. You want to taste it. You want to say, I wonder if that tastes like caramel. Don't touch it with any part of your body.
So, okay, a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can we put this in the microwave? It's when we added in the raspberries, it sort of coagulated a little bit.
I think that getting a little bit stiff over the next few minutes is going to be part of the game.
Okay, can I have a stiffer spoon?
What'd you think there?
So I'm just trying to get like everything that's stuck to the side of the bowl. Like I'm just trying to get it incorporated as much as possible, right? The caramel sort of went a little bit hard when it hit the raspberries.
Okay, so now we are going to work on the actual cake batter. So here we've got 2 cups of dark chocolate. All these are supposed to be chopped chocolates, but we just got milk chocolate morsels for the center. And we got some melting chocolate, some dark chocolate melting chocolate for the cake batter. So what we have here is 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar. We've got, I think, a half a cup of all-purpose flour and a dash of salt. We've got 2 cups of dark chocolate. We've got a half a cup of butter, unsalted butter. We've got 3 whole eggs and 3 egg yolks. Remember, all this has been halved from the recipe that you can find online. So Kelly's going to keep working on our center mixture, but she's also
This
going
is good. We got this.
We got that?
Yeah,
Okay,
we got
awesome.
this. I
So
don't know
now-
if y'all can see it, but it's no clumps anymore. And all I did was just put it in the microwave on about 45 seconds at half power until I felt
you
like we
got it all
got it
incorporated?
smooth. Yep,
Sweet.
all good.
So here's what we think is going to happen. We think this is going to like sort of cool and congeal more. We don't really know.
We don't know.
While we make the cake batter. And then when we get ready to make the cakes, this is hopefully going to be like scoopable teaspoon of blob. A scoopable teaspoon of blob. Yeah.
Scoopable teaspoon of blob.
So well, now we gotta have another one of those.
What?
So if we'll melt these two guys together,
Okay.
30-second chunks.
Half power.
Yep. And while you do that, I'm going to whisk these eggs together. So I feel like we should temper. Which one of these bowls is bigger, by the way? I think we're just
That
gonna,
one's bigger.
Yeah, so let's combine them in this one.
Okay, so just add a little bit of chocolate.
So a little bit of chocolate there, just so that we
How about I do
can.
that thing in there? Which thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I feel like we're pretty good. We're
Yeah.
pretty well incorporated there.
All right.
Okay.
We'll bring her over here.
Okay. And now what?
It
Dump
says
it
to
in?
take this in here, but we're going to go the other way. I'm sure Alton Brown's
way?
is somewhere. He just felt like a dark disturbance in the forest. But
Okay, and then what are you going to do? Stir that?
then we're going to stir this. We're going to dump and stir.
Okay. All right.
You got it?
So not with this,
Yeah, go for it.
but that's not stirring.
That'll be fine. So good. Looks good.
You know, I think it's interesting that this is this batter. It's a very wet batter, and we don't use the mixer, right?
Well, I'm throwing as much out on the counter as the mixer would.
So in maybe we pop that in the fridge for a bit.
No. Yep. All right. So we put a quarter cup into a half cup muffin tin.
And we really followed the rules here, okay? So we grease these with Crisco because we're from South Carolina.
Right.
But you know, Mama Sue would have done the Crisco, and then she would put a little flour in there and did this shake around thing. That's a lot. But it didn't say to do that, and so we didn't do it. We strictly greased. Maybe you got a little overzealous with that.
Yeah, I think that's good. Should I use a disher?
Oh.
Okay.
So there's that. Okay, I'll get the centers to see how it's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, that didn't work.
So the idea is
2 tablespoons?
one.
Oh.
So I'm gonna take a little sip. And we're just gonna cover it up.
Yeah, because now our batter has gotten.
The batter's gotten like hard, and it's just really sort of turned into
A Great British Baking Show
a
disaster.
disaster. We're now the people
this
that
is a technical
we'd be
challenge
laughing
disaster.
at. We'd be laughing at these people.
But you know what? Remarkably, they always end up okay.
Yeah. Well, they are actually good bakers, you see.
We need a little bit more. And I knew this was a very
So So maybe we should have made the
recipe,
made the puree, the caramel puree mixture, like yesterday.
It does feel a little bit like we had Paul Hollywood's instructions, like make the caramel puree mixture, bake.
Speaking of bake,
let's put it in. Are going to turn those out on this cutting board. I'll stand off to the side so that you can flip with confidence. Which one maybe?
ready?
Got it. Flipping with confidence.
Oh my word!
Here we go. Yes. Yes. Here we go. We are on our way to the gingham table. This is going to be great.
Huh.
Yes. That's not exactly what was supposed to happen. Okay, go ahead. Okay, we just have to scooch this over towards the sink, I believe. So, why don't you flip that over so we can see what happened there. Ah, there you go. So, that sucked.
Can't use any of this video.
we just want to put some powdered sugar. So it looks horrific.
It's a disaster.
It's a hot mess, and this is running all over there. So we're gonna move this to the sink.
I mean, this is some good old hot fudge,
Just
right?
Basic hot fudge.
Yeah. Nothing basic about this stuff.
But let's see what it tastes like out of the muffin tin.
All right. So here's the deal. I took some of the fudge over there. So here in the muffin tin, we've actually got some like done bits around the edge, which is just very moist chocolate cake.
Which kind of makes it seem like we just needed to cook it a little longer.
I think maybe it lied. The recipe lied.
Okay.
Ready?
I mean, that's fantastic.
It's really good. It's just not.
It tastes like molten lava cake. It tastes like it's supposed to taste. It just is not set.
Yeah.
When you put a little gelato next to that, some raspberries,
It'd be crazy good.
some powdered sugar.
It's really tasty. It does taste like lava cake. It's just.
Should we go ahead and call the winner over us versus Topolino's Terrace? It's so good.
It really is good. It's delicious. Look at this. It's like warm, fudgy.
If y'all know what we did wrong, if anybody knows what we did wrong, please leave us a comment. Leave us a comment. We would love to know. And, give this a shot yourself. Maybe without, like, the Paul Hollywood style directions.
Don't let us scare you off.
We're not bakers. We're not bakers. So, again,
If
it
that
is what it
wasn't
is.
made clear. Okay, so here's the story. Kelly's out for the night. I am completely disheartened by our first attempt at these molten lava chocolate cakes with the caramel raspberry center. So it's like 4 days later, and we have a batch of the filling, except a big change this time is I've let it set a little bit more. Last time it was just liquid. So we're gonna fix this. I'm convinced we're gonna make these chocolate cakes and they're gonna be good. So this time we have a little bit tighter set filling. Remember, this is chocolate, caramel, and raspberry puree. And so all we really need to make now is the cake part of the lava cake. We've got a greased muffin tin over here for round 2. We're gonna put those in much more carefully this time. And then we're gonna scoop our slightly more set filling with a appropriate tool this time. We're gonna give it a go. Oh, another thing we've changed, we've upped the temperature a little bit. I don't know why, but we're gonna do that. So here we go. This time we're gonna go this route. Now, we're gonna take a couple of little scoops. I think just one little scoop. And then, just gonna cover them up with a little more chocolate batter, cake batter. Boom, we are already way ahead of last time. Into the newer, hotter oven till we think they're done. It says 9 to 10 minutes, but I don't know. We'll see. See you soon. Okay, so they were in for about 12 minutes. We're supposed to let them sit now for 5. They already look way better than the first batch, which let's just all try to forget if we can. We're gonna let these sit for 5 or 6 or 7 minutes until we work up the courage to turn these things out, however long that takes. Okay, I don't want to get my hopes up, but I really think we might have something. So I'm gonna give this a go. We're gonna go like this. Go like that. And we're gonna go like this. Everybody keep your OMG. We got a winner. That is so good. It is chocolatey. It is rich. Look at this. Look at that lusciousness. It is chocolatey. It is rich. It's got a very slight hint of fruitiness from the raspberry. So good. Okay, so from our disaster earlier in the week, here's what we changed. We literally made the filling. We should make the filling, which is the caramel, chocolate, raspberry filling, a day ahead of time. Put it in the fridge, let it set up a little bit. Then once it sets up, then you make the rest of the batter. It says to grease the pan. We didn't just grease it, we greased it and floured it. We increased the temperature of the oven to 400 degrees and we let it go like 12 minutes instead of just 9 to 10 minutes until we smelled it, honestly. When I started to smell it, then I thought we might have something. Pulled them out, they were already pulling away from the side of the tin so they didn't stick. So perfectly wonderful. And I don't think Kelly's gonna be mad at all that we did it without her. Look what your husband did. Look what your husband done did.